topic of today is broken systems, broken minds. So here at 14th and Broadway in the Black Arts Movement District at the Academy of the Corner, we deal with multiple topics here, but this is a multi-purpose center. As I said before, it's not about selling books or making money, but we're here to enlighten people. We're here to comfort people. We're here to deal with trauma, unresolved grief, traumatic stress, not post-traumatic slave syndrome, but traumatic slave syndrome, because this has been an ongoing process. So broken systems, broken minds. The school system is broken. The religious system is broken. The political system is broken. The economic system is broken. As a result, there's broken minds, because minds create these systems. So when these systems break down, get to the root of it. Who created the system? A man and a woman. So all day yesterday, I was dealing with a young lady that was suffering grief and trauma, and she felt like she was being tortured by her neighbors, and I had to encourage her to go get a restraining order against her neighbor so the neighbor could stop beating on her wall and listening to her making love and getting dressed in the bathroom and playing music to keep her up all night. I had to leave here in the Academy of the Corner ambulance and take her to get some herbal sedatives so she could go to sleep, because she hadn't been to sleep all night and she was delirious. And then the icing on the cake was, as we were leaving here to get in the ambulance to go get the herbs, she saw her boyfriend walking with another woman. So that broke her down even more. So I had to counsel her about the, as we say in my classic pamphlet, the mythology of pussy and dick, because that's what that's all about, her and her boyfriend, because she felt like she owned her boyfriend, and he shouldn't have been walking to the store with his co-worker, to the cannabis club rather, because that's what he text messaged and told her, that he was just walking to the cannabis club with his co-worker and it wasn't no sex involved. But she didn't understand, if wasn't no sex involved, how come he didn't answer her when she called out his name 3 times real loud? So this is what I'm dealing with here. It's not only that, as I mentioned, we have a shrine right down the block right now for a young musician that came out of the club last week, loading up his equipment. 2 other people were fighting. The other person went to the car to get his gun, came back, shot at the other person, and killed the musician that was loading his car. So we got trauma and grief right on this block. And as I said the other day to somebody else, I said, this block here is like the Bermuda Triangle. When you get in this block, you get sucked in to some type of negative force. And so people come on this block, and then I wrote about it in one of my parables called The Parable of the Carriage. Because a woman came by here, a woman and a man, young couple, and they had the baby in the carriage. And they was arguing about the baby, and the boy took the baby in the carriage and ran down in the BART station right here, ran down in the subway, and the girl was real frantic then because she had stashed her money in the baby carriage, and because she didn't want him to know about it. So now he done gone with the baby and the baby carriage and her money. So I wrote about that. But the irony of what I wrote about was the very next day another couple came here in the same zone with a baby carriage and repeated the same situation. So, as I said, we're dealing with a lot of grief counseling here. I try to listen to people because they come here, they want somebody to listen to them. They got a lot of trauma and grief on their mind, and who will listen to them? I got all of Dr. Nathan Hare's books on my table, but Dr. Hare is 80 years old. He don't have time to talk to all these Negroes that's breaking down from the addiction to white supremacy, because that's the root of all this. That's the root of all of it. That's the root of the mythology of the pussy and dick, that patriarchal mentality, white supremacy. So that's breaking down everybody. It's already done broke down the white man. He's at his wit's end. He don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Plus he's throwing fuels in the fire all over there in the Middle East, spending $1 trillion on the, what do you call it, the defense budget. Yeah, he don't say the military budget, he called it defense. Ain't nobody really after him. He's his own worst enemy. But he's spreading his toxin to all down in the hood. We're suffering from his economic policies, his religious policies, his educational policies, his sexual mythologies, and his superiority complex.
So what's the solution?
The solution is for you to get your mental balance. Get your mental balance. You got to get your mental equilibrium, Dr. Hare says. You got to get focused on who you are. Stop worrying about your woman, worry about yourself. Because if you handling your business, your woman gonna be there for you. If you stop thinking you gonna beat her ass because you own her pussy when you don't own her pussy, and that's part of the reason you going crazy and she going crazy. She thinks she own your dick and you think you own her pussy. So that's why half them Negroes is in prison right now, is behind what? Pussy and dick, because they trying to own their woman, then they got their boys out stalking their woman while they in jail, and they going crazy in there, and then she going crazy out here. So the solution is to get a grip. Understand, you don't own nobody, don't nobody own you. Chattel slavery is over. Chattel slavery is over, it's over with. Personal property slavery. Your woman is not your personal property. Your man is not your personal property. The solution, get focused on yourself. Get a knowledge of yourself, and then you can begin the long process to recover from the addiction to white supremacy.
That's our brother Mark. We let him take his time.
Yeah, brothers, come on. What's up, brothers? What's happening?
What's up, brother Mark? Reach him up, even you know how we doing it, man.
You know, we changed the name of 14th Street to the Black Art Movement District. We're going to have this flag flying all up and down 14th. Oh, that's right. Yeah, all the way down to Martin Luther King, from Martin Luther King to Alice Street.
That's how we
so
need to
we
do
can
it.
come out here and do our hustle. You understand? Yeah, they got people selling in Berkeley, they got selling in San Francisco. Why we can't sell right here? So that's what the plan is.
We only just started with this right here.
Yeah, we song right now. So y'all part of it. We know y'all the 14th Street hustlers.
Like the old school Broadway, but in a better way.
Yeah. So it's on, man.
It's on.
Take this flag with you, roll it up. Alright? Song. Yeah. Show him your flag. Show him your flag. Show him your flag. Yeah.
All right.
Right
on. Popping.
He ain't sleepwalking. He ain't sleepwalking.
I got doing.
Yeah.
All right, my brother.
Take care, Marvin.
All right, brother.
It's possibly made, and I think it's a great idea.
For the Black Art Movement District.
Yes.
You gonna support it?
Of course.
Thank you very much.
We might have you hosting the show.
Wow.
What do you think of what Marvin is doing here?
I think it's awesome and inspiring. Very inspiring.
Thank you.
Very
have a dream. Read my
Thank
dream.
you.
Read my little dream. What it say? Read it
Says,
to
I
me.
have a dream of a Black Arts Movement district on 14th Street in the heart of downtown Oakland from MLK Jr. Way to Alice Street and beyond. I have a dream, Libby Sheff, the mayor of Oakland, and Lynette
McElhaney.
McElhaney, president of the city council, will proclaim the BAM district. It will be an Afrocentric, culturally and artistically rich, economically sustainable area and sacred space for people of goodwill and positive consciousness to gather and express themselves freely as divine beings in human form.
Dang, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, roll it up.
Okay.
Roll it up. But we want this flag flying all up and down 14th to Martin Luther King all the way to Alice.
Okay.
Banners all up and down the street.
Okay.
Make Negroes change their consciousness.
Have an idea.
Killing it. Show some love. Show some love. Right here. You want the book?
Do you have this book too?
Which one?
This white supremacy book?
Yeah, if I can find it.
Okay.
You want that one?
Yeah.
Let me find it in my bag. I went all the way through the bag. You got the latest post? It helps me with this project. They help. How to Recover. This is the book we were speaking of. How to Recover from the Addiction to White Supremacy. And this is not a book to read. This is a manual. You work it. Just like you work the 12 steps to get off of crack, meth, heroin, sex, gambling, alcohol. You get the 13 steps and you go through the process of recovering from the addiction to white supremacy. Now, as you know, we don't have enough Dr. Hares to go around, so that's why I use the peer group model that they have in AA, where you got to heal yourself. So this is what you got to do now, Mr. Black Man, and Miss Black Woman. You got to heal yourself from the addiction to white supremacy. There are not enough mental health workers. They don't even have enough mental health workers.
What does that mean? Heal yourself. What is
That means you got to sit around in your peer group and talk it out and be
Talk
honest.
what out?
Your sick mind and why are you sick and why you want to be addicted to white supremacy. Why are you a white man in blackface? Why you want to get your woman and turn her into a white woman? Why don't you just go get you a real white woman and leave the black woman alone so she can stay black if she want to be black? Instead, you want to try to beat her into being a white woman, and then you mad when she go get the damn Korean hair and Korean eyes and Korean lips and Korean nails. Now you got a Korean white woman, now you still want to beat her up because she ain't no real white woman. So I'm saying, instead of you try to make her a white woman, go get you a white woman and let the black woman stay black. And if you want a white man, don't get your black man and try to make him white. Go on and get you a real white man and let your black man stay black. Thank you very much. I think that's enough for today, sir.
Okay.